How is it to travel during the pandemic in Cancun, Mexico? That's where we are right now. So the other day we're in Canada and we were like, shit, we need to go. I've been at my parents' house for like 5 months. I really enjoyed their company and everything. It was cool to spend the pandemic time with them, but it was time to go. And Canada, they kept blocking the borders, so we couldn't like have a direct flight to Mexico. They do that because tourists from Quebec like used to travel in Cancun and like have some fun, party there on the beach and come back with COVID and like spread COVID throughout Quebec and cost like government millions. So we had to book like a weird flight. So basically, if I can show you here, I use the app like Kiwi.com here, and yeah, you can see here. So Cancun, Montreal, Montreal, Cancun, sorry. But the thing here is that we traveled first to Panama. So I'm just gonna show you like in a map, so that you can see the nonsense that was our flight. We had to go through Panama first, and then to go up, completely up to Cancun. So that didn't make any sense. But why did we do that? Because Mr. Trump won't accept like that Mexicans travel in United States, even for connection flight, and happens that my wife is Mexican. So yeah, that sucks. So from Montreal here, I don't know if you can see on the map, but if I zoom out here, I had to go from Montreal and all the way down to Panama here, and then boom, go up to Cancun. I mean, it's not that far if you think about it, but it didn't make any sense. And we had to stay to an airport, Tokumen Airport, which was a shitty airport, but I guess like the price tag came with it. We had to stay there for like a 6 hours. So it was 6 hour flight to go to Panama, then we had to wait 6 hours and then take a 3 hours flight to Cancun, which is around here where my house is. So it wasn't really pleasant. The mask the whole time on her face, quite stressful also because you never know when you travel, in pandemic time. We traveled a couple of times during the pandemic in Mexico last year mostly. We tried to travel as few as possible because it was really stressful and not nice. And yes, just like stay longer trips to places. So wasn't really fun. We arrived, at the Cancun airport, and they held us for like an hour 30. We had to pay taxes like for bringing an extra computer, like real bullshit. But anyway, we made it to Cancun. We booked this nice Airbnb here in Cancun. So it's a platform that I obviously use to book like everywhere that I go, and it's really cool here. Glad that we arrived. We were eating like nice Mexican food and everything. There's a basketball court here. We're near the beach, so I'm quite happy to be here. Good Wi-Fi, obviously, which is why I can film those videos. And that's pretty much how it was to travel during this pandemic. It was efficient in a way. It wasn't the worst flight that we ever had, but it's not, it's possible, right? If you really need to get out, which was the case on our side, we decided not to wait for this thing to be over, because to be honest, it'll never be over. Like, this is just the beginning of a new era, right? It's not like, hey, COVID's over. That's what people want, but that's not what the people want really, and the government and stuff. So yeah, we made it from Canada to Mexico, not without hassles, but I think to get in Canada was a bit more difficult. Yeah, back in days, like we were interrogated by the immigration. We had to fill PDFs, and stuff like that. Getting in Mexico was like really easy. Even in Panama, if we wanted to get inside Panama, we had to get like those COVID tests. But we were in a connection flight in Panama, so we didn't have to get those COVID tests to get in. COVID tests, which cost like $60 each, and like are a pain, to be honest, just like complication. And here in Mexico, they don't require any of that, thank God. Just the mask thing. And yeah, it's fairly simple. So quite happy with that. We're here. We're Mexican friends. Actually, I'm more Mexican than I'm Canadian nowadays. It's kind of my place. So quite happy to be here.